A new finding has found that the Trump review of glyphosate was filled with, well, let's just put it was controversial and didn't seem to have anything of any substance to it. So the scientists and activists, environmental activists, are asking Biden to take it off the market. You know what Biden did? He left it on the market. The reason is because nobody knows whether glyphosate is harmful to people or not. With hard science, peer-reviewed hard science, it just isn't any. Because people think that, some people will say this and that, but there is no science because the owners of Monsanto refuse to let their secret out. Now, honestly, having camera difficulties. So it's impossible to get any real science on glyphosate because of the patent rules and allowing them to keep it secret under the patent rules. And the world is, instead of being alarmed about glyphosates and the harm that they do, especially to children, but the fact that there's no real evidence one way or another of how harmful or how unharmful it is. Now, if something is unharmful, industry can't get it out fast enough. If it's harmful, they keep it in as a secret. Just like the tobacco industry and the alcohol industry, big pharma, they all keep their secrets. How did that ever become law? Have you ever thought of that? Well, it's because the people weren't paying attention, didn't pay attention, didn't care enough to pay attention, and these corrupt politicians writing it in, because every other lawmaker always has something on their agenda to do, and they really don't pay much attention to anybody else's. So as long as theirs is in the bill, they'll sign it. Oh, here we go again. They don't like me doing videos this early in the morning or evening. In fact, they don't even like it when I do it in midday. I don't know how they know I'm doing a video. So on another subject, the world's biggest iceberg is now just calved off of and is now floating freely in the ocean, causing a huge disaster in its own wake. And eventually it'll break apart and melt, and that'll be that. And people will go back and say, wow, that was kind of neat, but what's new? Well, we need to start thinking hard about what we're going to do about all these troubles, all these problems. Now, I'm going to go right up over here and finish the video off with ideas. I'd love to hear your ideas of what each person could do. You don't have to do everything, just do some of it. Do some of the things that we need to do. And anyway, I'll see you we're gonna go right over there. There is one more thing that we can do, a big one, and that's move our agriculture, industrial complex indoors, and let the small private farmers have the farms back, where everything's on a conveyor, it's all indoors, the lighting is controlled, there's no bugs, so you don't have to spray anything, you don't need herbicides or fungicides, any of that. It's all controlled from inside. That would be quite an infrastructure plan if you could change our whole food system for something, instead of being kind of flaky and susceptible to storms and weather and people and bombs and all that. They could have it indoors, if they had to, underground, where it'd be easy to water and you wouldn't have the evaporation problem with the sun. You would have to have artificial lighting, what you'd have to take to the nth degree in science to get it just right, so that we would have the same quality as we do outside on the inside. Right now, indoor growing, some of the food is, but most of it's okay. Your greens are mostly indoor grown now. Your bell peppers and peppers alone, they're all, a lot of it's grown indoors. Basil. So it can be done, and it does taste good, but you've got to do the science. See, this is where a fantastic research and development setup could really help start using some of all this talent that we're pumping out of all these colleges and not using. Why don't we use it for our advantage as humans? So if you guys have any advice on what people can do to try and stave off what's coming faster and faster. Every day we're reading another major environmental problem starting up. Yesterday it was a huge iceberg falling off of Antarctica, biggest ever. What's today's? It's early morning yet, we don't know. One thing we have to really pay attention to is who we put into our office. You know, the leaders of the countries have to be so important. For an example, here in the U.S., the previous president lied about everything, so you never knew what was a lie and what was real. Then he comes out with reports that are doctored and phony. He sharpies the pens for where the hurricanes may show up so that these people can get government aid. Just nothing but corruption and lying. It's so important, if we want to fix the environment, that we remove bad politicians and put in good, quality, progressive politicians. If we don't, we'll just do another setback, another 4 years of setback for the environment. And as everyone knows that has any sort of a brain at all, climate change is real and here, and is showing its head more and more day by day. I definitely do appreciate the ups, the downs, the new subscribers, and definitely your comments. And until next time. Poison oak.